Well, let's bring in our guest analyst now. Mr. Ambrose Omodion is the Chief Research Officer, Investor Consulting Limited. He joins us here on the program. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ambrose. We appreciate your time for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Take us through Wednesday's activities and what you think drove the market upward from the previous trading section. Of course, we've seen two gains, or let's say rally in the week.
Yeah, actually, I said this at the beginning of the week that we expect a new trend this week and for the rest of the month, knowing that it's the end of the quarter. What we saw yesterday was a kind of extension of Tuesday gain, but at midweek market was up. But if you look at what happened yesterday, you see that we're having more buyers in the market. We had 100% buy position and 0% sell, and that is why market been about 53.9 billion for just today. And you see that we have a positive market rate of 18 against the same. Say that the buying interest of bargain hunters has increased, knowing that the stock have suffered losses recently, making those stocks to become attractive and cheap for them to buy. And that is why I said every market situation or phase, investors should know exactly what they are doing, because the pace of the market are revealed that some of the stocks are very cheap, while some are expensive. But those that are cheap are the attraction, especially those that are likely to pay dividend in the moment from next month.
Do you think we have seen the last pullback in the month of June before the end of this quarter? Is it the last of the pullbacks we are seeing?
Yeah, actually, I would not say it's the last, because I believe that between now and end of the quarter, we might see market oscillation. For 2 days, the market for profit taking can hit the market today or tomorrow. But expect that between now and end of the month, we expect this oscillation for mid-trend to continue, because most bargain hunters and also design investors are seeing that the pullback in the market has created opportunities for them to buy at a lower price, especially, as I said earlier, those that are likely to pay dividend in the month of July.
If you look at some of the gainers yesterday, they were seeing small caps like Ella Leaks, and of course, we're also seeing some heavily weight stocks as well, like Presco in that category, gaining about 60 naira 20 kobo in one day. What do you think was responsible for this gain?
Actually, yesterday for Presco and Enna Lake and Livestock, these are agro-business related companies that are among the top gainers. And also, if you look at also food, these are like consumer goods products. But it tells you that because of the expectation that government also intervene in the sector because of food scarcity or food insecurity, we expect that sector will have attention. That was going to back on them. But for Presco, there was a focus for the third quarter result, first quarter focus that hit the market yesterday. That was also a kind of eye opener to investors that what the company is likely to do in their Q today. Also, as market is looking forward to see the half-year result of Presco, and also the mark down date for the 6 naira applicable the 2-year dividend is also ahead. I think investors are taking advantage of that dividend and also expected a Q2 number for Presco. That is why I see there was a kind of a good demand and also a improved volume, about 4 million volume was traded yesterday. That's all. Says that yes, people are taking advantage of the pullback from 200 naira to 166. Yeah.
Talk to us about FBN Holdings, the stock of, for instance, Cordvale as well, were also among the top gainers for the day. But specifically for FBN Holdings, gaining about 9 naira 20 kobo at the close of yesterday. Fundamentally, what do you think drove this rally or sentiment?
Actually, I will not say it's because of performance, but because of the price reaching another, almost like for me, like more than 6 months or even a year low. Seeing First Bank at 8 naira 40 kobo was attractive for investors to take advantage of that pullback in price. That's why I see bargain hunters are in charge of the market now. When they saw that price at 8.40, it was attractive for them. They had to start take position. That's why I say, when we look at price when we are trading stock, is very, very important to see a stock that is cheap and a stock that is expensive. But when they see First Bank at 8 naira 40 kobo, it become attractive and cheap for them to take advantage. That's why they have to go back to 9.20 at the end of trading yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. Let's flip to the other side now. We saw that Northern Nigerian Flour Mill, John Holt and CWG led the loser chart yesterday. Talk to us the factors behind these sentiments or negative sentiments for these stocks.
Yeah, for those stocks that on the loser chart yesterday, for me, it's more of a market forces. I don't like market forces, demand and supply. And profit taking also is part of them. When the stock have rallied, in recent times, they are part of profit taking. Also, when demand and supply, when I mean that the first demand and supply, if they see that they are having a more seller, the price is likely to go down. As I said, for those in the loser chart, most of them are more for what market forces responsible for the pullback, not because of their fundamental have iterated or have disappeared, disintegrated, but because of profit taking and also market forces have really impacted on those stocks yesterday.
Well, GlaxoSmithKline closed in the red yesterday at 6 naira 40 kobo after losing about 68 kobo at the end of yesterday. Maybe you also need to talk to us again about GlaxoSmithKline, because what's the activities going for them now? Is there any dividend, or are they declaring any dividend lately that can encourage investors to begin to consider that stock?
No, just as I said earlier, when the investors saw the price of First Bank at 8 naira 40 kobo, it become attractive for them. As I speak now, the life of GSK also, because of the positive sentiment for that sector, healthcare sector, the pullback in GSK must also be a point of attraction any moment from now. GSK is not doing badly. They paid dividend last year, and their Q1 number was not too bad. We expect that if that trend is sustained in Q2, the price will rebound very soon.
Okay. Now, let's look at today's, talk to us about, we've seen that there's a bit of hope, so a ray of hope since the beginning of the week, even though the market opened negative at the beginning of the week. But there seems to be this gradual return of bullish trend. How long do we expect this to last? Again, where should investors, should investors consider when it comes to investing or taking position to safeguard against the losses in their portfolio?
Actually, I always tell investors or followers on our platform that if you don't fall in love with the upside market, and I mean don't fall in love with the upside market is that when you see market rally, let your stop loss, your entry and anything guide you, know when to take profit. Now we have seen market up for 2 days. There's nothing stopping that market might likely to dash or again for 2 days today. It's possible for that. When you're seeing an up market, don't fall in love. Once you meet your target, take profit. That's my advice for investors. But we're seeing the market is recovering until they break out of 51,804.41. I will not see that market has fully recovered from the pullback. Until break out that 51,804, they will not see market have really rebounded for a new trend. But it's good that we have seen already identifying a new reversal up, which is for 2 days now. I've seen it, but it's not enough for us to say because it's 2 days up that the market has really rebound and it's rallying. No, until we see market performance today, especially because of over 51,804, then we'll not say yes, there's really a new rally now in the market. As we speak, profit taking can kind of deflate what we have supposed to see in the last 2 trading days. That is why investors in the market should know how to invest by taking position in those value stocks that they know that yes, despite the market up and down, there is value in that company, and no market rebound, they be the stock that will lead the rebound. This is what we actually expect investors to do, not just to panic with the market, but position in those stocks that have suffered losses that will lead the rebound in a moment from now, so that when the rebound comes, we'll be smiling to the bank.
I mean, I look at the figures, some of the activities as in terms of activities today. For instance, we're seeing that the index has jumped by about 11.54 basis point since the market opened today. I mean, take us through, because some of the stocks we are seeing taking the lead for today include Oando, Unity Bank, UPL, and of course the Access Bank Holdings as well. Also, the flip side, we're seeing the Mayor and Baker, Chams, Jerry's Bank, and Unicap also taking they're also in the red at the moment. So Give us a bit of an overview of the market. Where do you see the market ending today? In the red or in the green?
Yeah, the market is on a good note this morning. You can see the life of Owando, as you just mentioned, are gaining almost 10%. But I would say for Owando, investors have to be very careful. Because for Owando publication about the minority requesting for the listing and also buying out minority, this is a complete information that we are saying there. But it depends on market, how market understand this information and also digested it and taking action. But for the market to be gaining, for Owando to be gaining 10% this morning, yes, I would advise investors to be very careful and also they should watch and know when to take their profit, because Owando is a very speculative stock, not a stock that because of fundamental, it's just a up and down movement in Owando. For me, for assets and others that are on the top again at this hour, I think assets is a good one. If you're an asset, you can see who your position in assets. But for me and Baker, that on the decline side, yes, the sector after the 11 I was explaining that of GSK, the sector has a positive sentiment. And we are seeing that GSK, me and Baker, and the Pexen are the leaders or those that are we know that are consistent in dividend payments in the industry. Seeing a pullback in me and Baker, it's opportunity to buy, because me and Baker second quarter also we look up if they maintain what they did in Q1. We expect also improvement in that position. And also if they are going by the news of government going to vaccine production, assigned by with the Cuban government, I believe that me and Baker, Fixing should be the company in that sector that will be able to start vaccine production anywhere from now. If that happens, to change the face of me and Baker.
Well, I think we need to leave it there. Thank you so much, Ambrose Amodian, Chief Research Officer, Investor Consulting Limited. Thank you for your time on Business Breakfast.
Thank you.